Hello there, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by for your daily tarot video forecast. This forecast is going to be for, let's see, Thursday, February the 13th. And we're going to go ahead and get started with Aries right off the bat and see what comes up for you guys. Let's find out. All right. So, Aries, what we have showing up here is the High Priestess in reverse, along with the Seven of Swords, along with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So, Aries, what we have going on here is you have a situation where somebody is telling you things, but they're not telling you exactly how things really are. And that is causing a lot of confusion because what they're saying to you doesn't make sense. And yet I don't think you really have a reason to disbelieve them. And so there's a lot of confusion here. And I think that whatever this person is telling you, they may not actually know the real deal either. I think they're giving you the best answers that they know. Either way, somebody is telling you something that is really making you very confused. Hello there, Haley. Welcome, welcome. Well, you're just in time then, aren't you? And the reason this is going on is because something has changed. There's been a cycle that's changed. How things are flowing with whatever this is that you're talking about with this other person, something has changed. So the Wheel of Fortune just kind of talks about that seasons change, times change, cycles change. This is, like spring turns into summer, whatever. So there's been some kind of change in whatever this is, in just a general cycle and whatever this is that you guys are talking about, that has changed things so that this person is not really telling you the real deal, but it's because they kind of don't know what the real deal is. For some of them do, some of them don't. Either way, it's causing you a whole lot of confusion because you're not hearing the real deal and it's not making sense to you, Aries. And so that is for what day? For the 13th. Hello there, Aria. Welcome, welcome. Glad you're here. Alrighty, let's look next at Taurus. Alrighty. Taurus. This is going to be Taurus for February 13th. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Alrighty, so Taurus, you guys have the Three of Swords showing up in reverse. Plus you have the Six of Coins. And right behind the Six of Coins, yeah, that was right side up. And then right behind it, you've got the Nine of Cups in reverse. Okay, so what's going on here, Taurus? Okay. So with this Three of Coins, or excuse me, Three of Swords in reverse and the Six of Coins, this is telling me that there was some kind of heartache that was going on or unhappiness that you were having because things were not being handled in a fair and even way. Like you were not getting what you deserved in a particular situation, or you weren't getting a fair shake in a particular situation. Okay, excuse me. One of the joys of being live is that you can't edit that stuff out. Excuse me, guys. So anyway, you are healing up because the situation that you weren't getting a fair shake in, now you are getting a fair shake. And I think what's going on is the reason that this is happening, the reason you're getting a fair shake now and somebody is treating you more equivocally is that basically you had to tell somebody, you know what, I'm sorry, I can't do this thing that you really want me to do. I don't have the energy, I don't have the resources, I don't have whatever, because before you weren't getting everything that you needed out of the situation. It wasn't a two-way street. And it was causing you a lot of heartache and heartbreak. It may have caused you heartache and heartbreak to have to tell somebody, look, I can't do that. I just don't have the resources. I can't do that. And when you told them that you couldn't do that, that's when they realized, well, wait a second, we've got to fix that. And so now this is turning into something that is a more reciprocal situation. for you. So good for you, Taurus. All right, up next, let's look at Gemini. Gemini. This is Gemini for February 13th. Almost wanted to skip to Cancer. I think Cancers are eager for whatever is happening tomorrow, or you guys are eager to know about it, either way. But this is for Gemini. You guys are going to have to wait your turn. We have a system here. Hello there, Robin Senna. Welcome, welcome. I don't know if I've seen you in the chat before. Glad you're here. La da da, Gemini. Whoa. Wow, I know you guys just saw me shuffle. Like, thank goodness you guys just saw me shuffle. The Gemini, Gemini, Three of Swords. Six of Coins in reverse. And the King of Wands. Okay. So at least that card's different. Alrighty, so Geminis. Very similar to what we saw from Taurus's past, you guys are in a situation that is not reciprocal, and it's causing you a lot of heartache and heartbreak because you're putting more of your resources and energy and effort into this situation than what you're receiving back. I mean, if you look at this girl in the Three of Swords here, she not only looks dejected, she looks tired. She's got her head on the desk, like she's taking a nap midday here. I mean, in any second, I expect to hear that sword just clatter to the ground because it's falling out of her hand. She's exhausted. All right. So, Geminis, this is you putting a lot of energy and effort towards something, but there's no replenishment coming back to you from whatever this is where you're putting your energy and effort. Trigger, why is that? Why is that? I can't say what Spirit just said. Let's say it was a heavy duty cuss word more than I even like to say in my normal everyday life when I'm not on camera. Let's just say because of a King of Wands, because of somebody who likes to take charge and likes to be the boss. There's somebody that is making requirements or demands that are just, they're not taking into consideration how much you actually can give without being replenished in some way. Okay. They may be asking you to do something without pay. They may be putting a workload on you that's just inhuman to support. But this is somebody who's in charge that has a position of authority. And he's not coming in reverse, which tells me that he's not doing this intentionally to mess you up. He has integrity. He just does not realize that what this is a problem. So that maybe your advice there is that you kind of have to make him aware of that. Okay. In a nice way. Robin, hello, hello. Glad to see you here, honey. Annie, welcome back. Glad to see you back in the room. Melissa Moore, hello, hello. I'm fantastic, my dear. Welcome back. How are you? All right, so that was Gemini. Up next, we have Cancer for February the 13th. We're going to take that one. Oh, baby, baby. Heavy hitter, Cancer. La da 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 da. Okay, Cancer, what you guys got is the Death card, followed by King of Coins in reverse, followed by Strength in reverse. What's happening here? This is definitely talking about somebody else showing up in your experience with this King of Coins here in reverse. I think I want to expand on this a little bit before I start talking here. I can tell you that somebody is not feeling too physically well here. Your King of Coins in reverse is somebody who's not feeling very good in their body. Hmm. Okay, didn't see that one coming. All right, so basically what we have here with the King of Coins in reverse and the Death card. We've got a King of Coins in reverse. This is somebody in your experience who is not feeling very good physically, like I said earlier. They're feeling kind of broken, basically. May even be impacting their finances. Maybe they're not able to go to work or whatever, okay? With this Death card, Cancer, I think this relates more to you. This has to do with you deciding that you've had enough of this person not feeling very well. It's time to take some action and make some changes so that this person does feel better. And the whole reason that this is going on is because of the Strength card, because this person is losing strength, because this person isn't feeling good, and it looks like they're feeling like less good and less good and less good. And because they're feeling less good and less good and less good, you're really tired of this. You're ready to take some kind of action to make them feel better. You know, maybe you're watching them not do something that they could be doing to take better care of themselves, and you're like, that's enough. I'm dropping the hammer. You're going to start taking the emergency or eating garlic or whatever it is to help them feel better. Okay. So, Cancers, you've had enough of this person not feeling good. You're going to do whatever it takes to turn that around. That's what I have coming up for you guys. Okay. So that was interesting. Socialista, hello, hello. Glad you're here. Romy, hello, hello. Now this is for tomorrow, guys. All right, so next we're doing Leo. Your first card just flew out, actually, Leo. This is Leo for February 13th. La da da da. Leo, you just had your next two cards fly out. What on earth do we have here? Oh, that makes more sense. Okay, Leo's Four of Wands, Eight of Swords. You notice that the structure is very much the same. There's a lot of vertical poles in both of those, with the Magician reversed. Okay. So what do we have here? What do we have here? This is for Leos. So my Four of Wands card does talk about some kind of somebody coming into the nest. This can be stepping into a stable and secure relationship. This can be somebody coming home to celebrate a birthday, people coming together to celebrate a wedding. This can be somebody coming into the nest as far as a new employee or somebody coming back from somewhere else as an employee. At a work situation, but there's somebody coming into the nest. And Leos, to me, this is more like with the combination of cards you have here, with this, I really think that this is stepping up a partnership or a relationship, wanting to celebrate something with somebody. But we've got the Eight of Swords, and so you're feeling like you can't, like you're restricted, like you can't, you just don't know how to make this happen. Now, the Eight of Swords is a tip-off card. It does tell us that whatever is going on that is holding you back is all in your own mind. That if you were to explain the situation to somebody else, they would see no problems here. They would see a clear, easy path forward. But in your own mind, you don't know how to move forward and get into the celebratory coming into the nest situation that you want to be in. Okay. The reason for that is we've got the Magician in reverse. What is going on here? I think you have a trickster that is telling you something that is not really true. And because they're telling you something that's not true, in your head, you're seeing a problem that's not really there. Okay? It's blocking you from manifesting because you're believing this person. And I really feel like if you would just open your eyes, you would realize that this person is total baloney. You guys thought I was going to say something else, didn't you? Nope. So think about what people are telling you. Okay, Leo? Think about what they're saying. Think about if that makes sense. Think about if it adds up with all the other evidence that's around you. Because if you think this through, you can get yourself out of this little stuck place and into this celebratory joining up with other people happiness in the nest place. Okay? Don't let people throw you off. Also, look at people's motives too, Leos, as they're talking to you. This is the other thing Spirit wants me to tell you. Look at their motives. Look at where they're coming from as they're talking to you. Be aware. Don't just be naively, blindly following things that people are doing. Maybe I should silence my phone. And I think that's also a sign too. Don't be distracted by incoming information. Keep your eye on the goal. Okay, so that's for Leo. Next up, we're going to look at Virgo for February the 13th. Aquarian, ooh, happy birthday. Whoop, whoop. Let's see what comes up for Aquarius whenever it's you guys' turn. Thank you, Aria. Quite welcome, Annie. Heather Hamilton. Heather Hamilton. Heather Hamilton is an Aquarian. With a birthday tomorrow. Alrighty. Da 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 da. La da 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 da. Virgo in the house. All right, so who did I say we're working on now? This is Virgo. Virgo, Virgo. All right, so Virgo, February 13th. La da 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 da, la da da da. You guys have the moon in reverse. Isn't that a pretty card? I'm trying to get the glare off of it. I think it's a really beautiful card. 8 of coins in reverse. And 2 of cups right side up. All right, Virgos, here's what we've got going on. Virgos, I think you're taking the day off on the 13th. And as you're taking that day off, I think, I've got 2 storylines showing up here. For some of you, you're taking the day off because there's some little tidbit of truth that comes out, and that causes you to want to take the day off. For others of you, I think because you take the day off, you find out something that you might not have found out or you would not have found out otherwise. Either way, there's some kind of relationship here with a bit of the truth coming out and you taking the day off. Virgos, you guys don't generally take days off just for nothing. This has to be a pretty big chunk of truth, I think. What's the cause of this? First impression I got when I picked up this card is somebody likes you. So Virgo, there's somebody that is looking out for you that's kind of trying to take you under their wings sort of a little bit. They're trying to let you in on this truth that maybe you otherwise would not have. Oh, dear Lord. I just saw a scene from one of your lives. Somebody's telling you about a spouse or significant other who is going to go play secret squirrel and detective and all that good stuff. All right. Now, that's just one of you. That's not everybody. But anyway, somebody is going to be revealing a truth to you because they feel like it's not right that you don't know this. And when this truth is revealed to you, I think you're going to take some time off of work to investigate or verify that truth. Okay. Now, that's kind of funny, though, because earlier I was not thinking that this truth, for some of you, it's not feeling like this truth is a bad thing. For some of you, this is actually a celebratory truth that's coming up, and that's why you're taking the day off work. I think some of you may actually be finding out that you have a baby. And that's not something that an outsider is going to tell you, that you have a baby on the way. So this does not have to be a bad bit of truth that's coming up, but it is a bit of truth that is causing you to take some time off work. And it's because somebody likes you that this is all happening. Okay? So that's Virgo. Oh, that's cool. It's his birthday. That's close to somebody having a baby, sort of, like a lot of years later. Coming out of the womb with that moon card. Isn't that interesting? Not working on the birthday. All right, well, I just picked up a new translation of the moon card there. Okay, Libras, you guys are up next. This is for February the 13th. This is why I like doing this type of work, because you guys don't know it, but I'm learning too. La da 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 da, Libra, 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 Libra. Oops, there's your first one. Swords Court card, how appropriate. Are you? Very cool. Are you celebrating your birthday? It is your birthday tomorrow. Huh, but you're an Aquarian. Do you have Libra in your chart? Or, I mean, do you have Virgo in your chart? Because that was for Virgos. If you have a Virgo ascendant, I am going to fall out of my chair. Alrighty, let's look at Libras. You guys do have the Queen of Swords showing up in reverse. Temperance showing up right side up. And the King of Coins. Oh, you don't know what your ascendant is, do you? Sorry, I'm making a note. I want to remember that card combination for the future. Off for the birthday. Libra rising, yeah, you may want to pay attention to this. A lot of times rising signs actually you may relate to more than your sun sign. I know I do sometimes. You think you have Sagittarius in your rising? Okay. Interesting. All right, let's get back to Libra. Like I said, we've got a Queen of Swords in reverse plus Temperance, plus we have the King of Pentacles. What is going on for you guys? Are you cutting off patience, or are you being patient and cutting something out? So the Queen of Swords in reverse, this is you cutting something out, definitely. That sword is pointed straight at our Temperance lady there, our Temperance angel. Libra, I think you have been patient long enough, or at least that's your mindset. You're like, I am done being patient. We had a deadline to finish up this project for work, and that deadline went by 2 weeks ago. You better get some fire under your butt and get this together, or I'm not paying you for working on this, and I'm going to give the project to somebody else. That's what we have here. That's just an example, but you're done being patient. That's the bottom line here. Why are you done being patient? Here's your trigger person. You got a King of Coins here. Ooh, Libra. Maybe this person has been saying to you, look, we've got this project we need to do. I want it like this. I want it like that. I want that. And the deadline's this afternoon. So you fix it up. You make it like this. You make it like that. You get it to them that afternoon. And then they say, oh, no, wait, we got to do this. We want to add photographs. We want to do this. We want to do that. Blah, 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 blah. Let's finish this up by tomorrow morning when you walk in. So you do the photographs, you add this, you add that, you blah, blah, blah. You finish it up by tomorrow morning when you walk in. You say, oh, no, we can't do that. That looks terrible. We don't need those. The photos are never going to work, blah, blah, blah. Let's get this done by noon. You're losing patience with this person. Whoever this King of Pentacles is, this is somebody I think who could possibly be somebody who's paying you for some kind of project, or somebody who is supplying some kind of resources to you. And let's just say they're high maintenance. They're high maintenance. They know exactly what they want, and they're being very patient of tweaking and coming in and redoing and resetting, revising. You're about done with the patience. You're just like, you know what? I'm gonna do this one more time. I'm gonna turn it into you as complete one more time, and we are done. I'm not working on this anymore. So you're coming to an end of patience because you've got somebody that basically is pushing your patience all the way to the edge, Libra. Okay? I've got Pisces in my moon, Heather. Do your ships have anything to do with a person who might be a very well-grounded person, very comfortable in financial situations? Okay, let's look at Scorpio. Scorpio. This is Scorpio for February the 13th. Look, we've got 13 people in the room right now. We have 13 people in the room and only 3 thumbs ups. What's going on with those people? I know y'all can do better than that. I'm putting out energy here. You guys could click a little button. Ah, that makes sense with that King of Pentacles then. Cool. Thanks for the feedback, Emily. All right, so this is Scorpio for February 13th. Let's take a peek. Wow, we have a lot of wands. February 13th. Okay, 7 of wands in reverse. 5 of wands in reverse. And the 3 of cups. Okay, what do we have going on here, fellow Scorpios? It's kind of interesting. Seven of Wands, when it's right side up, talks about holding up boundaries, maintaining boundaries. And 5 of Wands, right side up, talks about competition, but they're both in reverse. I think what's going on, Scorpio, is we're in a situation where we used to have competition or where we think we have competition, and we are just letting down our boundaries. We're like, oh, whatever. Let the competition overrun it. They can have it. And then as soon as we let down the boundaries and we say, well, let the competition take it away, then we realize we have no competition. We're way out in front of the pack. There's nobody trying to overrun anything or take over. They're not up to it. They can't do it. Kind of interesting, isn't that? Now, what triggers this? Time with friends. Time with friends helps us relax, helps us to know our self-worth, helps us to know that we don't have to actually keep up boundaries. We are who we are, and we're worth what we're worth, whether we're keeping anybody at arm's distance or not. And I think that time with friends has helped us understand that and realize that. So now we're not feeling like we have to keep anybody at arm's length. Now we're not feeling like we have to fight off any attackers. We don't have to fight off anybody that's coming at our sense of self-esteem or whatever. We're not worried about them anymore. And as soon as we quit worrying about them, guess what? They disappear. Just like the bully when you stand up to the bully. All of a sudden, he isn't such a big guy anymore, is he? As soon as we realize that, you know what? There's no competition, really. Our worth is fantastic. There's no need to compete. Quit trying to compete. The competition just goes away. It dissipates. It's almost like it was never there. All because we're around some friends who are able to encourage us and uplift us and help us see what we are actually worth. What a beautiful, powerful reading for us, guys. Woohoo. Scorpios, that was good. If I might say so myself, that was good. All right, let's look next at Sagittarius. Sagittarius. This is for February 13th. La da da da. La da da da. Sagittarius, you guys have the Queen of Swords, followed by the Two of Coins, followed by Death in reverse. Sagittarius. I think you've got a lot of balls in the air as far as work lies, or a lot of plates in the air as part of work, how come I can't speak? Mercury's not even retrograde yet. Sagittarius, you have a lot of plates in the air as far as work-wise. And I think you have a plan. You have figured out what you want to accomplish work-wise by having all these plates in the air. And it seems to me like you're really in like a big final push to get everything accomplished that you want to get accomplished on the 13th, or at least maybe not just the 13th, but by the end of this week. You're really pushing forward because it feels like this is the last big push before you see some results, and you're really looking forward to those results. Now, what's triggering this? The Death card in reverse. You are being very, very, very stubborn, Sagittarius. You have set a goal and you are going to reach it no matter what. Even if it kills you, is what's coming to me. But this is the Death card in reverse. Nobody's dying here. You're just persisting and persisting and persisting. This is a very stubborn card. This card talks about not changing anything, keeping on, moving forward, moving forward, moving forward, making that progress, moving forward, moving forward, moving forward, not changing the course, not changing the target, not changing the goal, continuing to move forward towards that target or goal. So doing a final push probably throughout the rest of this week, probably not just tomorrow, but probably throughout the rest of this week, just pushing forward because you really want to see those results. And if you can just get to the other side, you can start seeing these results. So that's what you're working towards, Sagittarius. You're tired of spending time on it. You want it done, 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 done. Okay, up next, we have Capricorn for February the 13th. Capricorn, corn. Interesting. Capricorn. We have the Eight of Coins, Queen of Swords in reverse, Two of Coins in reverse. So, what's going on here? I'm not sure why we're taking two cards to say this, but I think you're taking the day off of work tomorrow. One card would say that just as easily. I do think it's a conscious decision that you're making to take the day off work. It's not because you're not feeling good. It is a conscious decision. So that's what's going on there. And why is that? Because you're burnt out. You're burnt out. You need a mental health day. You need a chance to rest. Okay, so that's what we've got going on for you Capricorns. Alrighty, Heather Hamilton, are you still in the house? Next up is Aquarius, and this is Aquarius for the 13th of February. Oh, Heather Hamilton, are you still in the house? La da 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 da. This is for Aquarius. Three of Swords showing up. Temperance showing up. King of Swords showing up. Okay, stick around, Heather. I'm going to do a little something special for you since your birthday's tomorrow. Let's see. Quite welcome, Annie. Alrighty, so Aquarius. We've got that Three of Swords right side up and the Temperance in reverse. So this is, I think you're feeling really impatient, that you're feeling some sadness or some heartbrokenness about something. I think you're being kind of hard on yourself. You're like, why am I letting this get to me? That's what we've got coming up. You're feeling heartbroken about something, and then you're mad at yourself because you're feeling heartbroken about that thing. What's the trigger for this? Trigger for this is the King of Swords. trigger for this is that you have this perception about yourself that says certain things. One of the things that it says is that that doesn't get to me. I don't have those kind of strong feelings. Big girls don't cry. Big boys don't cry. What am I doing crying? So you're kind of beating up on yourself. You're being impatient with yourself because you're having human feelings, which humans have. Okay? So that's Aquarius for the 13th. Heather, let's do a little personal one for you real quick. Just real quick while we're here, since it's your birthday tomorrow. Just a little birthday spread. What should we do for Heather? Heather, I'm feeling like there's something that you want to improve in your life. What's going on with my computer? Okay. You don't have to tell me what it is here. I don't have to know. Nobody else has to know. But Spirit wants me to show you a cycle that you can go through to make whatever this is continuously better. I don't know if this is about pain in your legs or not. I guess we'll find out. Could be. Let's find out. La, da, da, da. Anyway, Spirit wants me to give you a process that you can use over and over. My goodness, and it's all swords. And you are an Aquarius. Okay. So this has to do with something that you've been stuck on. Mercedita, welcome, welcome. Glad to have you back. All right. So basically, this really is talking about a situation where you've been stuck, and part of the reason you've been stuck is that you've been kidding yourself. Okay? So part of coming unstuck is with the Seven of Swords in reverse. You want to be really honest with yourself after all. You don't want to kid yourself. You don't want to say, you know what, it's not as bad as it seems. Or, oh, I can deal with it. It's just fine. Heather, are you a person that doesn't like to go to the doctor? It's not that bad. All right, but it's time to be honest with yourself, whether this is about your legs or whether this is about something else. You want to be really honest with yourself. And by the way, this cycle will help a lot of different people that are watching this, not just Aquarians. Okay, so you want to be honest with yourself. Ace of Swords. If you're honest with yourself, then what happens is you're able to understand the truth about the situation. So just being honest with yourself gives you a different perspective about the situation, which allows you to see a root cause or an underlying cause for the problem. Where if you're not honest with yourself about it, you're hazing up the whole picture, so you can't really see the root cause or the problem here. Okay? So you want to be honest with yourself. This is not going out and telling everybody, hey, you know what? You're my boss. You're an SOB. This is you really being honest about the situation just to yourself. This isn't sharing for public consumption. And when you're honest about the situation, then you get some truth around this situation. And when you have truth around your situation, then you can start to find solutions. Now, Ten of Swords is the other part of this cycle. Okay? And it's coming up reversed. So the Ten of Swords, since it's coming up reversed, is not saying you're going to end something by finding this truth. What it's saying is you're going to bring up something that's actually been brought up before, and it's been put to bed. But it's been put to bed before because there was some untruth being said about this situation instead of the truth. So when it was put to bed, it was put to bed under false pretenses, if you will. Like somebody said, you know, we don't really need a water fountain because we have water bottles in the refrigerator. Okay? And then the truth that they're not saying is the water bottles in the refrigerator are in the owner's office, which nobody can come into because he's always in meetings, or she. And so nobody really ever has access to water. So it's kind of false pretenses to say you don't need a water fountain. Okay? So that's an example. I'm not saying this is what's going on in your life, but that's an example. So this thing that has been put to bed before can be brought back up again and looked at in this new light, under this new perspective, after looking at the situation in an honest way for yourself. Okay? So, and it's a cycle. It's a cycle that can go on. And it seems to me like because Spirit gave me this as a cycle to help you move forward and cycle through things, this is going to be a situation that we're talking about. The primary situation that this is going to help you with, Heather, is something that has layers. And you're probably going to have to keep bringing things up as you look at the real deal of things and you get that new perspective and epiphany and bring things up and adjust and tweak and go and then look at the perspective, new perspective, blah, blah, blah. It's going to be something that continues forward, just like peeling an onion. Okay, cool. Excellent. All right, so that was for Heather Hamilton. HH. All right, next up, let's do Pisces, and this is going to be Pisces for February 13th. I don't think I've mentioned it so far this video, but I do offer private readings. For those of you who are interested by phone or by Skype, the best way to schedule one of those is to use the contact information listed on the website in the description box below. I love doing private readings. Okay. Pisces. All right, so Pisces, you have the World card showing up in reverse. And you have the Nine of Cups, or World card's right side up. Nine of Cups is in reverse, excuse me. Ace of Wands is right side up. Okay. What's going on here, Pisces? All right, so you've got the World card with the Nine of Cups in reverse. Oh, wow, Pisces. Some of you are celebrating anniversaries of being sober or being straight. Yay! But you're not celebrating with alcohol or mind-altering substances. That's why we've got the Nine of Cups in reverse. You're celebrating, but it's not the way that you used to celebrate, okay? So some of you have a week clean, some of you have a year clean, whatever. But you're celebrating this time that you have of not using mind-altering substances, and it is the completion of a cycle. You know, so this is a goal. This is something that you are working towards. For some of you, you may be getting out of like a rehab facility or a center, and you may be celebrating that. Now, obviously, this is very specific, so it's not going to apply to everybody in that particular way. There is something that's ending. There's a cycle that's ending for sure. And you're celebrating it in a different way than what you normally would, for sure. Okay. But for a lot of you, yes, that has to do with sobriety or mind altering substances. Why is this happening? Because you have the Ace of Wands. Because you have this total inspiration of a life that you want. And you only get to have that life if you complete the cycle. And so you're making sure that you complete the cycle. And it is worth celebrating. You're just celebrating it in a different way. Because completing the cycle unlocks the key or unlocks the door. That's the key that unlocks the door to you having the life that you're inspired about and that you actually want. Whoop, whoop. Good for you, Pisces. Okay, so that covers everybody. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here and hanging out with me. I do appreciate it. Those of you who would like to get private readings, y'all know how to do that. I'm sure you've heard me say it a zillion and one times before on the other videos, even if I only said it today once. Everybody have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys back the next time. Peace out.